This September, join St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in honoring Sickle Cell Awareness Month. With one of the largest sickle cell programs in the country, St. Jude is leading the way the world understands, treats, and defeats life-threatening diseases like sickle cell disease.
Together, we can bring hope and healing to children around the world. Visit stjude.org/The Amazing Clarks and become a partner in hope. Again, visit stjude.org/The Amazing Clarks and help St. Jude save even more kids.
Dear listeners, I'm Anthony Clark.
And I'm Melanie Clark.
And we are
The Amazing Clarks.
We're both award-winning certified life and love coaches and a husband and wife duo that have been coaching together as a team for 24 years and that have been passionately in love for 32. They call us the Amazing Clarks because we empower people to live amazing lives.
And we're here to help you get from where you are to where you want to be in life and love. Love the Amazing Clarks is our personal love letter to everyone who loves love as much as we do.
That's right. So let's get this party started.
Yes.
So today we have another amazing episode for you guys. Today's main topic is love report cards.
Ooh.
The love report cards. What the hell is that? Why are we talking about this? What does it mean to you?
Right.
Is it important? Do you need it? Yep.
Yes,
We're going to
you do.
explain to you all of that and more. But before we jump into the main topic, it's time for the listener letters. Now, this is the segment where if you guys have any questions about love, relationships, or dating, or anything like that, then you can send them in and we'll answer them live on our podcast. All you got to do is leave your questions in the show notes below. So, what's today's listener's letter?
Okay, so we got a good one today,
All right.
Anthony.
What is it, baby?
So the question is, how can I, a 26-year-old female, cope with my boyfriend, a 24-year-old male, thinking I am not beautiful? And this comes from Gio in Boston.
Mm,
Ooh, that's a tough one.
that's it.
I'm just going to get straight to it.
Get it, baby.
Bye, Felicia.
Mm,
If you are with someone who does not find you attractive and is vocalizing that to you, that is very difficult to get past. Like the whole thing about being in a relationship is to be attracted to someone and someone to be attracted to you.
mhm,
So if that physical attraction isn't there for him,
mhm.
then he is not your person. And I
Mhm.
would say, keep it moving, sis, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And if that beholder is not saying you're beautiful, he is not for you. That's all I got to say about that. I'm usually
Damn,
not
you're
that straightforward,
brutal. You just
but
went for it, the jugular.
but for real, right? Like if you told me you didn't think I was attractive, I would be like, then we can't be together. Because I am not going to be second guessing myself and feeling bad about myself because you are not feeling me.
Well,
So
guess
there's
what?
that.
Guess what?
What?
You ain't got to worry about that, baby. You ain't got to worry about that. Fine.
Well, I know that.
Because I'll be feeling you.
I know that.
In a
I
big
know.
way.
That's why I'm so passionate about it, because that's the yummy stuff of love and relationship is that attraction,
No,
you know?
the damn part wasn't that I disagree with you. It was
Oh,
just
okay. You
that
can
this sounded
disagree.
like something like the way I would go with it. And it was like, all right, I feel you.
Okay,
I see
okay.
you. I see you, big money.
Well, you know, we're taking on each other's traits over the years,
Yeah,
right?
that's how we do it. That's how we
Trading
do it.
gifts.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Because attraction is not something you can fake. Now, to some people, a physical attraction is not really that important.
Yeah.
And if that works for both of you guys, then great.
Mm-hmm.
But for the average person in couples, physical attraction is really,
Yeah.
really important. And there's nothing worse than when you're physically attracted and in love with someone and then they don't feel the same way about you.
Yep.
And there's nothing that you can really do or say that can make them change their perspective.
You can't talk them into it.
No. And when there's been cases where I've seen in the past where, let's say the woman, when she feels like, oh, he's not that attracted to me, then she goes out and gets all this plastic surgery done, and the boob job, and the butt job, and the lip job, and
The BBL.
Yeah. And a lot of times it didn't make a difference.
Right.
And the times where it did make a difference, then that woman over time is like, I don't need you anymore. Now I got access to other men.
I can
and I'm
level
not
up.
as attracted to you. Right.
Yeah, no,
So,
it's
yeah.
very true.
So I agree with that. If that person feels that way about you, then that just means that they're probably not the one for you.
Well, and there's two sides of it too. I'm just going to keep it real again. It sucks to be with somebody you're not attracted
That's
to, right?
That's why
So
I agree.
on
I
both
agree.
ends, it's not good. It's
Right.
not good for either one of you. So
Right.
keep it moving. There are so many people
Right.
out there. You
But you know
don't
what?
have to
But
stay.
what sucks though is
Hmm.
there are also
And they're
situations
young.
where you start off being attracted to them, but then over time, you know,
It changes.
it changes. You
That can
get to,
happen.
you
Yeah.
know, their personality might change, or
Hmm.
you can see other sides of them,
Yeah.
and a lot of also with sometimes if you're not attracted to that person, let's say mentally and energetically or spiritually, it could affect the way you perceive them physically as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
You know, so
100%.
yeah,
So keep it moving.
that's right.
Yeah.
Hey, and you know what? If he doesn't think you're attractive, I think you're beautiful,
Yes.
just the way you are.
Just the way you
That's right.
are. Yes.
Good job, baby. Good job.
Thank you, Annie.
So,
Good job to you.
time for the main topic.
Yes.
And in actuality, if they would have had this, that could have
Oh.
helped them out.
Oh, so true.
That's right. That's
So
right.
true.
So today's main topic is the love report cards.
Yes.
Love report cards. Now, what are the love report cards? Years ago, so many of you guys, as you guys know, we are coaches, relationship coaches, and we've been coaching for 24 years, if not a little more than that.
Right.
And early on, we realized that we're always trying to hack things and make things better and easier for people and to streamline things, make it more efficient. Same thing when it comes to choosing a relationship. And years ago, we realized that we wanted to create a way for couples to be able to assess the satisfaction levels in their relationship, assess the relationship's strengths and weaknesses, so they can improve in areas where they identify that there's a little weak areas that they can improve, and then also to know what they're doing right so that they can keep doing what's working.
Right.
And so we visualized it, we focused on it, and we eventually attracted a concept called the love report cards. And over our years of coaching, we've realized that there were 10 areas. We narrowed it down to 10 most vital areas of a relationship, committed romantic relationship, where if those areas, if couples are able to keep each other fulfilled in all 10 areas, then it's almost guaranteed that you'll have a great relationship. And we used our relationship as kind of the model for it. Because after 32 years, we're still literally passionately in love. And we looked at it and go, what did we do in order to get here? And how can we help? Once we figure that out, how can we use what we did to help others to accomplish what we've accomplished in their relationships? And so it came down to these 10 most vital areas of a relationship, which we call the 10 dimensions of love. Now, here are the 10 dimensions of love: trust, honesty, consideration, communication, attitude, attentiveness, supportiveness, physical appearance, romance, and sex. So those are the 10 most vital areas of relationship. And we realize that almost any challenges that a relationship has, we can narrow down to one of those 10 areas. And so we use this as an assessment, and we started using it for us first. And here's how it works. So now the report cards, love report cards, is actually something that you can actually use. It's on our website, and we'll give you guys the information later on so you can check it out. So the way it works is that let's say if I'm going to do a love report card for Melanie, and I'm saying, and the idea is to figure out how well are my needs being satisfied. How great of a job is Melanie doing satisfying my needs in those 10 dimensions? And so the report card has, on each dimension, there's A, B, C, D, and F. There's a grading scale.
Like a report card.
Like a report card. A being the best grade, F being the lowest. And so I would grade her. So when it comes to the dimension of trust, how trustworthy is Melanie? A, B, C, D, or F? I give her an A. Bing. Once I give that A, that grade, then I'm going to leave a comment because there's a comment box. And I'm going to leave a comment to explain why I gave her that grade. So I could go dig a little deeper. And then I'll go to the next one, honesty. Give her a grade, and then give the comment of why I gave her that grade. Now, when I go through all 10, then I could submit it and it'll give me an overall grade average. A, B, C, D, or F. A plus, C minus, whatever it is. And that helps me to assess how well of a job, from my perspective, Melanie is doing fulfilling and satisfying my needs. So there's going to be areas where I can look at and go, you know what? Oh, okay. When it comes to trust, she gets an A, and here's why. But when it comes to this area, she gets maybe a C. Okay, that lets me know that I can use more fulfillment and satisfaction in that area. So what would I need for Melanie to make me feel more satisfied in that area? So now when we have an adult conversation, I can express to her that, babe, you know what? You did great here. You did great here from my perspective.
Right.
But in this area, you scored a little low. So what would you need for me to do better? How can I improve? And that's the goal. The key with it is to have an attitude where this isn't it's not judgment day.
Right.
It's about wanting to your
Grow.
partner to be happier and more satisfied in the relationship. And as a partner, wanting to learn how to satisfy my partner more in that relationship.
Yes.
And so after I do the report card, then Melanie can turn around and do hers. She can grade me.
Yes.
You want to talk about?
Yes. And so, these 10 dimensions of love are really helpful because you can pinpoint exactly where you want to grow and improve in your relationship, like Anthony said. The other way that we use love report cards is for our individuals, our people who are not in relationships and are dating. You can use it two ways. You can grade yourself to see where you need to improve in being in a relationship. And you can also grade people you're dating. So a lot of times when you meet someone, you're not sure, like, I'm attracted to them, but I don't know if they're a good fit.
Right.
And people get caught up in all that yummy chemistry. And they're not really making decisions based on, will this be a good relationship? It's just, I think you're cute and you're hot and I feel some butterflies, so you're for me. Right. But then when they get into it, they're like, this person is not a good communicator.
Right.
Or I don't trust this person, or whatever one of the 10 dimensions are. So we use it to grade people that are potential partners for you. And if you get 7 out of the 10 dimensions with someone you're dating, it's a go. Keep moving forward. That's definitely a good candidate for you.
Right. And, and with single people, the thing too is that realize it's very rare that you're going to meet someone that has 100% of everything that you want. That's very rare. It usually doesn't happen. It happens, but not all the time. So if, let's say, out of the 10 dimensions, 8 are your partner's doing really well, then that means there's potential. There's still room to improve, but that's not bad.
Yeah.
But if you get, like, let's say your partner gets an F and there's like one area that they're only performing well in, then that's letting you know it probably won't be the best investment. It's probably not the most compatible person for you. So when you do it, you have to have a really mature perspective when you use it. But overall, it really helps you to assess whether you should take the relationship serious, or is it something that's just like, just for the moment, but not a long-term investment.
You know what? One of my favorite things about the love report cards when we created it, again, Anthony's being very modest. This concept, he came up with it. It is an amazing idea. It's helped a lot of people. It's helped us. But what I loved about it is it gives you some framework, right? Because relationships are so different. Like everybody can give you advice, but this gives you something solid to focus on. And when he created it, it was during the time we were really discovering law of attraction. We were learning a lot about law of attraction. And we got into this big fight over the love report cards. And we got into a fight because I wanted to encourage people to only give their partners good grades, right? Don't give any bad grades, because we're trying to focus people on being positive with each other. And so the fight was, he was like, no, they got to be honest and they got to keep it real so they can grow and they can get better. And so we tried it a couple of ways. And back then, I mean, this is like 2006, 2005, around there. Yeah. 2005. This is when we created it, right? So people would grade each other and then get into fights about it. So
there was one couple that used it and they broke up.
They broke up.
Because when they did it, they realized, like, wait a minute.
Yeah, we're not a good fit. We're not compatible.
But it was funny because at first we felt like,
we felt bad.
That was bad. But then they were like, no, it was okay. Actually, it was a good thing because
you helped us.
We both knew it, but we were afraid to admit it. And once we saw it, it was in our face right there. And we both were like, let's just move on.
So we came to the conclusion there's multiple ways to use this tool, right? And I still like the idea of grading each other and telling each other what you're doing right, because I believe in law of attraction. I know it's real. And when you focus on the good with each other and you tell each other what you're doing well, you are actually giving each other a map of how to treat each other. So when Anthony gives me an A, and, for, what'd you give me an A for, babe? Everything. But he tells me, I get straight A's, guys. I got a straight A report card. But when he describes what I'm doing well, it helps me to know what to do more of. Sometimes we don't know what our partners love because they don't tell us, right? It's like, oh, that's good. And in relationship, the tendency is to really speak up when you're not getting what you want, instead of really sharing, like, what you're doing makes me so happy. And I love this. And so the 10 dimensions of love can be used in a really positive way to create positive feedback and to give your partner a map of what you want and need in relationship. And I love that. I think that's so important for people.
Yeah, there's definitely a bunch of different ways you can use them. And I agree with you. I like all of the ways now, how we use them.
Now.
Right, because
we battled it out.
The battle wasn't that I disagreed with you.
Of course.
But you were saying don't use it as an assessment.
Yeah.
And it was like, why would I not use it as an assessment? We could use it as both.
Right.
As opposed to just one or the other.
Yes.
And so that was the conclusion that we came to, which is how we use it now. So in our coaching practice, it's an assessment tool.
Yeah.
So when we get somebody that we're coaching, we can, within literally about 5 minutes, we assess the entire relationships on a deep level. And so it's perfect for that.
Right.
Now, if you and your partner aren't mature, where you can have mature conversations, I don't recommend using it like that, because then it comes off as like, I'm going to tell you what you're doing wrong.
Let me tell you about yourself.
And nobody likes that.
Nobody likes it.
Now, here's how you can use it by yourself.
Oh.
And this is what I recommend.
This September, join St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in honoring Sickle Cell Awareness Month. With one of the largest sickle cell programs in the country, the doctors and researchers at St. Jude won't stop until no child dies from this deadly disease.
But we can't do it without you. Bring hope and healing to St. Jude families right now. Visit stjude.org/The Amazing Clarks and become a partner in hope. Again, visit stjude.org/The Amazing Clarks and help St. Jude save even more kids. Grade your partner, but you don't have to share it with your partner. Use it as an assessment for yourself. If you guys can't have adult conversations or do it under professional supervision, then you can identify, like, okay, because it's easy to go, I'm unhappy in a relationship.
Yeah.
But are you really?
Yeah.
Really? If you dig a little deeper and we break it down to the 10 dimensions, you may find many times that you're not happy in one area, but then there's a lot of areas where you're happy. So you might not be happy, let's say, when it comes to communication, but in all the other areas, your partner gives, scores really high. Now, all of a sudden, you look at that same relationship and go, wait a minute.
It's not so bad.
It's not so bad after all.
Yeah.
And it gives you hope. So that's a great way to use it. And then also, if you use it by yourself without sharing it with your partner, if you want a better relationship, it starts with you. You can't do better until you know better. So it's easy to complain, but what do you need?
Yep.
So when you use the report cards for that and go through each 10 dimensions, you'll know, oh, okay, I need to be more satisfied when it comes to communication or, physical appearance or consideration, whatever. That's much more effective than just a generalized complaint that you're not happy. So it's very similar to going, hey, take care of your car. Okay, what do I got to do? I just got to put gas in it. Yeah, you got to put gas in it, but you also have to put water in it. You also have to get, oil. It breaks down exactly what to do, what areas, instead of just generally take care of your car, take care of your relationship. No, let's go into detail. Take care of it in these 10 dimensions, and that'll help you to get a clearer perspective, and it'll be much more effective.
Yeah, when we first created the Love Report cards, one of the ways that we really loved using it is had people assess themselves, right? Grade themselves.
Yeah.
And what we found was they were attracting partners that were getting the exact same grades
Mhm.
as them.
It's a mirror.
Right. So we had this one couple, and I remember the girl was saying, like, physical appearance, she gave him like a D. And she was like, he don't work out, and he needs to go to the gym and
He
all
don't
this.
have a six-pack.
He don't have a six-pack. Oh, that's definitely that's exactly what she said. He doesn't have a six-pack. And then she graded herself. Guess what? She ain't got no six-pack. She didn't go to the gym.
Well,
and then he graded her, and he gave her a bad grade for physical appearance too. The same stuff. Like, she doesn't take care of herself. She doesn't work out. So again, we're attracting ourselves.
It's very insightful. Yeah, because couples tend to be mirrors.
Yes.
So the thing that you're complaining about your partner, you're attracting that back. Then your partner's complaining about that with you as well.
Yeah.
So let's flip that. Let's do it positively.
Yeah.
If you're doing something great in one area and you focus on what your partner's doing great, and you're expressing that, I appreciate that you're performing really well and keep me really satisfied. Great job, baby. Then odds are they're going to do that back, feel that same way about you. So law of attraction.
Yes.
So what you put out, you attract. So one of the ways what Melanie was saying that we used it with, let's say, with the law of attraction to increase appreciation is if, first of all, the brain can't tell the difference between a lie or the truth. Whatever you feed it enough times, it'll eventually believe. So if you tell yourself that your partner's selfish, that's your story. Eventually, that's going to become your truth.
Yep.
Now, even if your partner's selfish, you can literally start telling yourself, you know what? My partner's considerate. My partner looks out for me. My partner cares about me. And if you tell yourself that enough times, in many situations, you'll start to attract that from your partner. Because you'll start seeing it. Because once you have a story about your partner, you're going to block out things that don't match that story. You're not going to see it. So if you say your partner's inconsiderate, your partner could be doing considerate things all day long. You're not going to see it because it doesn't match your story. But once you start telling yourself that, no, I want to improve in this area, my partner to satisfy me more. So let me start creating a story that my partner's doing that. Let me express that to my partner, that they're doing it well. And when you express it to them, odds are that's going to make them want to start doing it more, even if they're not doing it.
Yeah.
So by appreciating those areas of dimensions, even whether they're performing well or not, you can still attract that back from your partner.
Yeah.
So it's like, tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies, that type of deal.
Tell me what I want to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're also teaching your partner how to please you.
Yeah.
And what you need. It's as opposed to telling them what they're not doing. So you can use it either way.
Yeah.
With singles, what we tell them is to grade themselves, because you will attract what you are. So if you're honest with it and you grade yourself, and this happens all the time with singles, they don't really see themselves on a deeper level.
Yeah.
And they don't see why they keep attracting the type of partner that they're attracting.
Yeah.
The type of dates. But when they do the love report cards and they grade themselves, and they're like, oh my God, I realized that when it comes to this area, communication, I'm horrible. When it comes to, consideration, I'm horrible. And that's why I've been attracting dates that match that.
Yeah.
Now, you can't change things until you recognize it.
Yeah.
So don't look at it like this is a bad thing. Look at it like, wow, I'm so glad that I'm seeing this.
Yep.
It's like having a booger on your nose and no one's telling you. You want someone to be like, excuse me, pardon me, you got a booger on your nose.
Was that an appropriate analogy, Anthony, for this podcast?
Never. Never. But I'm gonna go
but you did anyway?
Anyway.
Okay.
So you want that because that'll help you to do better.
Yes.
So you can use it in so many different ways.
Well,
and here's the great thing about it, people. It's free.
It is free. You make a valid point. Like, it's a valid point that in relationship, and if you want relationship, you always want to be your best self. And you always want to be learning how to relate better and better with people, because that's what relationship is, right? And we can't always see how we are relating to people.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people are reacting to us if we're not relating to them well negatively. They're pulling away from us. They're not telling us. And we've got people in our society that are one or two ways. They're going to tell you about yourself in a real harsh way, or they're not going to tell you at all and avoid you. So I love that the love report cards is a way for people to assess themselves and to improve their relationship skills.
Yeah.
Because the 10 dimensions are real, and they really do dovetail into each other. We started out, I think, with like 100, and then we narrowed it down to 50, and then we got to 30, and then we narrowed it down to 10. And the 10 dimensions really encompass all of the things that we've seen people struggle with in relationship and single people struggle with in meeting a partner. Yeah. So the 10 dimensions of love are really just that. If you can master those 10 dimensions, your relationship will be amazing. Yeah. Anthony and I would say we are 9, we get 9. I don't know if we have 9 dimensions, but I would say 98% of the time, our relationship just flows. We've mastered them. 2%, we fall off. But all relationships are going to have some type of friction because we're always growing and changing. And there's no growth without friction. So you're always going to experience some friction, but don't make that define your relationship. Go back to the report cards and see, where do I need to grow? Where do I need to do better? I think for us, we bump into every once in a while an issue with communication. And I think that's just because we're both so strong and we tend to like bring our points really, really powerfully. Like I say, it's like Clash of the Titans because we're both really smart and strong and we can argue really well. So sometimes the communication goes off the rail with us, but I think that's normal.
My name is Anthony. I need to make a confession.
Uh-oh. Oh, here we go.
Nah, it's not that. Whenever we get into some turbulence, relationship turbulence,
yes,
I literally go back to the report cards. I don't share it with you. But
Shut
I try to,
up. You did not tell me that. For real?
No,
are you just saying that for the podcast?
No. I mean it. I don't actually physically go to it because I know it in my head.
You do know it in your head, yes.
Right, I memorize it. So I'll stop and go, okay, what's going on?
Really?
And I'll go through and mentally I'll grade the different areas.
Wait. Are you grading me? Are you grading you?
I'm doing both.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing both.
Oh, we're both getting graded in arguments. Now I know.
In a relationship, I have to look at myself.
Yes.
Period. There's no way around that.
Yeah.
And it's a mirror. And a lot of times, not every single time.
Yeah.
And it helps me to look and go, okay, it helps me check myself and be like, okay, am I doing something? Am I slipping in some area? Can I improve in some area? How am I doing?
Yeah.
Then I'll do that with you as well. And once I figure out what areas that we're slipping in at that moment, then I'm able to identify what I got to do next to improve it. Right. Or what if I'm going to talk to you about it? What do I talk about? And I can narrow it down to this one area instead of just in general. Because it sucks when the relationship, you're giving it everything you have, and it might be an area that might slip a little, but you're performing well in other areas, and your partner goes, "You're not doing it. You're not I'm unhappy." That sucks. As opposed to going, "I'm happy in all of these areas. You're doing a great job, but then this one area, I can take that.
Yeah, I
can take that because you're giving me the kudos and showing me what I'm doing right as well." And not just, you're doing wrong, you're not doing it. But I use it for myself.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know. And I will say this about you, Anthony, when we do have, what do you like to call them?
Passionate debates.
When we do have passionate debates, that you always say, like, this does not define our relationship. Like, this is just a little small percentage of something we're dealing with right now. It really has nothing to do with our overall relationship. Everything in our relationship is awesome. We're just having this little disconnect. And that's really helpful to me because, I don't know, maybe because I'm a woman, maybe a little bit more emotional, but when I'm in it, I feel like, this is awful. It's all awful. It's the end of the world, right? But you do a great job of grounding me and bringing me back and being like, girl, it's all good. We are just disconnecting in this one area. And I really appreciate that. So if the love report cards are helping you do that, sir, keep doing that. It is very helpful to me. I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you for expressing that. I appreciate
You're welcome.
that. Great communication. Let me give you an A for that.
Give me an A for communication. Can I have an A for the day?
You got it.
Can I have an A for the day?
You got it.
So I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about the love report cards. Where can they get the love report cards, babe?
Go to theamazingclarks.com.
Okay.
And look for the tab. It'll be in our services section.
Under services?
Yeah.
Okay. And like Anthony said, you can grade a report card for free.
And you'll get a copy of it. And it takes less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Actually, you can even do it in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
If you move quickly. Yeah.
So check out our love report cards.
Yes.
On that note, I want to thank all of you for joining us today and hanging out with us and listening to us.
Love and appreciate you
guys.
We
love and appreciate you all. And go ahead and go on over to Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and connect with us at The Amazing Clarks.
That's right. And if you guys haven't had a chance to get a copy of our book, Crack the Code, Secrets to Achieving Your Happily Ever After, make sure you pick up a copy today, available at Amazon.com. And if you're interested in coaching with the Amazing Clarks, you can coach in person, on Zoom, or even live in person if you're in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. Then go to theamazingclarks.com. Reach out to us. We'll get right back at you. Last but not least, if you're interested in becoming a life coach or just want to learn some skills to life coach yourself or the people around you, check out our life coach training and certification course at lawofattractionlifecoachacademy.com.
And remember, to go there, you got to grow there.
That's right. So here you go. We gave it to you. Now what you're going to do with it.
Love the Amazing Clarks.